Yo, welcome back to Vikings Vantage, presented by Pepsi. Gabe Henderson here alongside Chris Corso and our guest of the night, Mr. Ant Harris. Ant, how's it going, man?
I'm doing well.
Good. So I got to bring this up. Last year at this time, going into week 14, you were leading the team in interceptions. This year, you were third on the team in tackles. What's changed about your role this year, man? Because it still seems like you're making plays.
Yeah, I'm just trying to go out there and impact the game any way I can. This year we're just trying to do what we have to do as a team to be successful. And I've just been trying to stay patient as an individual player, not really chase interceptions, just let plays come, and whatever plays there to be made, make those plays. But the other guys around me are doing a great job. We've got two linebackers right now with Eric and E. Will. I believe they have 3 interceptions apiece.
They're hogging the interceptions, man. They're
hogging.
They're
dropping, getting underneath routes and doing a great job of coming down with interceptions. And Harrison's doing a great job as well on the other side. So they're all doing well, and I'm just sitting here waiting my turn.
That's 10 interceptions between the 3 of them. That's crazy.
It's insane, man. I've watched you play a long time now, since 2015, and it just seems like this year's like totally different for you. Like, obviously the guys around you are different. The guard has changed on this Vikings defense. So what has been the biggest difference for yourself and your role on this defense? Like, what's the biggest difference playing with all these new guys?
I would say, week to week and early on in the season is just working with different faces, particularly outside the corner position. Having a rotation there has been, just an adjustment, being more vocal, and ultimately just, kind of being like a little guardian angel, making sure everybody's on the same page. We're doing some different stuff in coverage, and it's been working well for us. So it's just all about, trying to be a leader in terms of making sure everybody's in the right spot, and then leading by example with my play as well.
You talk about leading by example. I was talking to Cam Dantzler earlier this week, and, we're talking about what does trust your eyes mean, and, a few examples that pointed out that stood out to him earlier this year were, in training camp, not trusting his eyes, and then I guess leading to last Sunday, getting his first interception. And then I was like, hey, like, how have you been able to grow this year? And he said, I wouldn't have been able to grow without guys like Harrison Smith, but more importantly, yourself, Ant Harris. How have you seen him grow under your leadership?
Yeah, we just try to do a good job of communicating each week, the details of the coverage. He's doing a good job of picking up that. I believe he knows he has the ability, and he's shown it. So for him, it's just all about, continuing to learn the defense and then learning how other teams want to attack us. So now he's able to pit that all together. He's able to, go out there, take the preparation, whether it's detailed with technique, what we're seeing on film, and he's able to apply it. So when he sees a route, he's able to put the bigger picture together with the concepts, know his responsibility, and it allows him to play more fast and more confident. So he's attacking the ball, breaking up passes, was able to get her interception, and then even, getting in right when the ball's getting there and ripping the ball out for a fumble. He's playing a lot faster.
Man, and you talk about, letting him grow. So what's the balance of, coaching him in the moment, but letting him grow also and learn from his mistakes?
Yeah, I think, when guys do a good job, it's important to let them know, that they're doing a good job. And also it's important to remind them that, they're in the NFL, and the guys that they're facing are talented. So you want to try to contest every catch. But there are going to be some situations where, they're going to have routes that put a strain on you, and it may be very difficult to make that play. But you got to just go out, contest it as best you can, and make the plays that are there for you to be made when they're there.
I have a 2-point question for you here. Before we get into the Tampa Bay game, I want to go back to the game against the Jaguars. And I think I was feeling about 4 different emotions following that game, whether I was upset, happy, thrilled, also kind of like trying to see this defense really come together. So I want to know, what is the main emotion you feel coming out of that game? And second, I want you to break down a player who you don't have to lead and teach. Harrison Smith gets that interception, and I want you to break down that play from your point of view after I hear the one emotion that you felt following the game. I had 4, so I'm trying to have you.
Yeah, I mean, it was high emotions. I think, when we come out and, they missed the field goal, you say, all right, now this is our opportunity to go win it. So right away you're excited and you're relieved that, you have an opportunity to go out and win the game in overtime. So
it's
I think
exciting.
that's the first one.
A win is
And
a
then,
win. A win is a win.
yeah, and then once you get that, you get out there and the games gets going, you just lock in. You just focus on one play at a time and defensively getting off the field, offensively moving the ball, punching it in, or getting a field goal. So anytime you're able to get a win, it's like, great feeling, high emotion, and you're like, all right, now we're enjoyed this enough. We're on to the next one in terms of, refocusing and getting ready for Tampa Bay. But in terms of having a player that you don't have to talk too much, in terms of, getting them ready and making sure they're on the same page, it's awesome to be back there with Harrison Smith. Such a great player, very instinctive, very smart. He's always aware of, what offenses are doing and what guys around him is doing. So that's great. And I just look back to when he made that interception. I see the quarterback, I break on the ball, and I'm saying, if he runs a post, I have your help. But I see Harrison gets a good break, and he's overthrowing it. I'm like, he's going to catch it. He grabs it, and the face that I get from him is just like so confident, so calm. And he's just like, yeah, here we go. So, big time moment from a big time player is one of those things where, you don't take it for granted. You obviously give him praise when guys make the plays that they're there. And you're like, all right, let's get off the field, get the ball to the offense.
Big time moment, big time players in an upcoming big time game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. TB12, you only played them once in your career, back in 2018, I believe. And I guess we played the Bucs in 2017. So when you play a team like the Buccaneers that you don't play often, like what does that preparation look like compared to non-division teams that you do see, like the Cowboys 2 times a year or 2 times in the past 2 seasons? Like, what does that preparation look like?
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit different. Knowing that you don't face that team regularly every year, you got to put in extra detail. You got to go back, take a look at other teams in terms of how they attack teams that play similar defenses to try to get a beat on how they're going to attack you. So the preparation is a little bit different. But it's always exciting when you get to, face a team that you haven't played or don't play often in terms of competing with the players on their teams. They're very talented, and we know they have a lot of weapons at all the positions. But facing a guy like Tom Brady is always fun, considered one of the best in the game. So it gives you an opportunity really to just go out there and play some high-level football against top competition. So as a competitor, you have to love that, and you obviously get up and get very excited for it.
You might not have Eric Kendricks in the middle of this defense heading into this game. Obviously, he hasn't practiced yet this week. How do you prepare for that? Like, obviously, it got thrown at you guys right away before the game on Sunday, but now you're kind of preparing for both scenarios. So how do you prepare to face a Tom Brady, a Rob Gronkowski, Antonio Brown? They have so many weapons, Mike Evans. How do you prepare to do that without Eric Kendricks in the middle?
I think the first thing you do is, you just start to settle in with, the possibility of him not being there. So once that register is just all about, what do we have to do to be successful? And I think you look back also, at just the season, the adversity that, many teams have faced with COVID, but just in general with the injuries, players going down and carrying the mentality of next man up. So, you obviously look around the locker room, you have a lot of talent there. It's hard to replace a guy of that caliber, but at the same time, you have a lot of talent on your team, and you just look for other guys to embrace the moment, to step up in terms of whoever may be stepping in, and also, other guys to step up and perform well as well. They kind of carry the weight and carry the burden.
We'll get you out of here with this. Staying on top of Eric Kendricks, he was recently nominated for the Walter Payton Man of the Year, and it's given to players who excel both on and off the field. You've been close to Eric when it's come to things off the field, social justice committee, being in the community. What I know this award means a lot to him, but I want to talk to you, somebody that's seen the work that he's done in the community. What does this award for him mean to you?
Yeah, I think it means a lot. I think it says a lot about, the individual. It says a lot about Eric, his ability to, balance out the two, his ability to handle and exceed at the high level that he's doing on the field, and then his ability also to, be passionate, be very considerate and thoughtful of others as well, and not just individuals that he know, but just about in his community, whether that's here in Minnesota, back home in California, or wherever all over the world. He just wants to be there to help people and be supportive. So for him to do that, I talk to him all the time about, individuals really looking up to him, how he's doing a great job of setting an example of what it's like to be a professional, not just in terms of, performance on the field, but how you can give back to others, set a good example, and bring people together all over the world.
Man, that's what it's all about. And I appreciate your time today, man.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.